Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are well. I hope you are prospering. My name is Candace Rawls. I am half of Wealthy and Relaxed. My husband Jordan is the other half. And here we're all about helping Christians move forward in the areas of their life, money, relationships, um, career, and business. So that's what we're all about, transformational coaching from the inside out. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what is the difference between therapy and coaching, because I know that a lot of people, I get this question a lot where people don't really understand what is the difference. So I'm going to explain some of the differences today and also some of the similarities, maybe even. But before we jump in, I like to start off with what is my life update? How am I doing? I'm doing well. Just entered the third trimester now. I'm 28 weeks. So, wow, the final trimester is upon us before we get to meet our baby boy. So really excited, just preparing for him and his arrival. I'm still trying to stay active. It's really cold in Charlotte. We got a little bit of snow this morning, so trying to stay warm, stay active. I try to still work out 2 days a week at Orange Theory, just to keep my body moving. And but otherwise, yeah, we're doing good. Me and baby girl, she's doing good. She's growing. The marriage is doing good. We've been going to church more, serving, showing up. They're opening a new campus, so my husband has been stepping up into a leadership role there as the director of setup and takedown at the new campus. So yeah, just lots of exciting things and new things that are happening for us this season that we're grateful for. I like to start each video with a quote. So today's quote, it says, "It seems people tend to pick one area of their life, whether health, wealth, or self, to pursue significant change. And while we're proponents of small steps and incremental changes, to make any shift happen, all three areas contribute to the total person that you would like to be next." And this quote is by Brian Clark. So it's important that we're working on all of ourselves and not just focusing on one area. And that's also what we're about here at Wealthy and Relaxed, our whole well-being, and not just chasing the bag, not just focusing on your spiritual health, but also focusing on just all the areas. Your health is important, your finances is important, your relationship with God is important, your relationship with yourself is important. So just focusing on all the areas is really going to be important for you to become the person that God is calling you to be. And so before I dive into the difference between coaching and therapy, I want to share a little bit about my own journey with coaching and therapy. So I first went to therapy when the pandemic happened. So I moved down here in 2019, December. Then the pandemic came. And, during the pandemic, I feel like it forced a lot of us to slow down. We were just so busy hustling and bustling everywhere. But during the pandemic, we had no choice but to slow down and be in our houses and just to really reflect. And I did a lot of reflection and journaling and praying during this time. And I remember I was going for a job interview, and the recruiter on the phone, she was interviewing me, and she said, tell me about a time where your job interfered with your personal life. And the first memory I had was when my dad passed away in 2016 when I was working at an ad agency. And I just got really emotional and I started crying on the interview. And I was like, maybe I need to talk to someone because clearly I have not released these emotions. I have not I haven't really processed my dad's death. It was really a hectic time when he did pass. We just had to worry about how are we going to afford to pay for him because, just the financial situation wasn't the greatest. And so we had to deal with that while we're still grieving. And then I just kind of kept working. I kept working on my blog. I kept working at my job. And so, after a while, it caught up with me because if you don't express and release your emotions, they don't go away. They stay trapped inside. They stay blocked inside. And so you have to deal with them or they will deal with you. And so this was a season where they were dealing with me, and I decided to go to therapy to help me deal with my dad's grief and to also help me, redefine what my definition of success was as well in there. And so that's kind of where my journey with therapy started, helping me with those two main things in my life. And I still go to therapy. I go to therapy like once a month now, and it's just good for me to like live my life once a month and then check in with my therapist and yeah, just talk about, my highs, my lows, just how am I doing? How is my thought process? How am I thinking about certain things? And just any struggles that I'm having, like when I was debating about leaving my job or being a stay-at-home mom, she was able to help me guide me through that and just kind of release some of the thoughts that I had around even maternity leave or being a stay-at-home mom, and then postpartum. She helped me through that, so she's been there for me. This is my second therapist through a lot of big life transitions to help me process my emotions and also help me to deal and heal with my past in the relationship that I had with my dad as well. And when it comes to like life coaching, I do have a life coach, and she really helps me, just focus on setting the goals that I want to reach, and in this different seasons of my life, and just keeping me accountable to those goals, helping me, having different discussions, or just giving me different ideas to think about, or just different questions that I haven't even thought about when it comes to the certain goals that I have. So she's really like a sounding board to help me continue to move forward on the goals that I have. So those are just my experience with having a therapist and a coach. You don't have to have one or the other. You could actually have both. So let's just jump into what are some of the differences between being a coach and being a therapist. So if you see me looking over here, I have my laptop over here, so I took some notes, did some research for you all. So the first research is from a Forbes article that I read, and it says, when it comes to therapists and coaches, therapists focus on the past and the traumas, and coaches help you move forward. We know that therapists are trained mental health professionals, and with the goal of treating mental illness. So that is the primary job of a therapist. That mental health is on a spectrum. So, some people exist in more severe areas than others, or some people just have mild symptoms of mental health issues. And so a trained therapist will be able to devise a personalized mental health plan, care plan for you. And therapists are able to diagnose and provide medication if needed. They cannot just prescribe medicine unless they are a psychiatrist, and a psychologist is also requires medical professionals to diagnose and treat mental health problems. So they have additional licensing requirements, additional schooling, and psychotherapists generally have licensing boards to pass and specifics from state to state that they practice in. So that is when it comes to the therapist realm and the psychology realm. But coaching, it's we are getting trained, but it's not like we don't have like a governing board, and we don't have to like take an oath under law, and we're also not prescribed to give out medicine or diagnose people, but we are trained and we do receive certifications. It's just not as strict or as many years as a therapist would be. And sometimes therapists are also considered doctors when they are going to school and getting their doctorate degree. So that is one way that therapists and coaching is different. Another way is, so coaches typically focus on helping you create solutions and action plans to move forward in your life. But there's also many different kinds of coaches, right? So like there's life coaches, there's health coaches, there's divorce coaches. There's so many different coaches out there. But for us here, Wellthy and Relaxed, we are transformational coaches. And so I'm not going to say that we only help you move forward and only help you set goals. There are times where we are going into your past and we are working through some emotions. We are helping you release some of those blockages. We are, leaning in on the Holy Spirit and God to help guide us, to help heal certain areas of your life. So transformation, we're not really just about like surface level things. We are diving deeper. But if you do require, more deeper reflection, more deeper attention, and, there's some deeper traumas happening that you aren't able to move past, then I would recommend a therapist versus a coach. But a transformational coach, we do deal with some of the things that happened in your past so that you can move forward and thrive in your future. And 1 second, let me just look here. So also in coaching, we work on some things like limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, unworthiness. There's some people that are afraid to show up on video, on camera, so we deal with that. Coaching is really like a normal conversation, but with transformational tools and different exercises that we help you process through your emotions and your thoughts. Also, as a coach, we're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to just really provide a brave space for you to open up, for you to dive deeper, and for you to see things from a different perspective. And just to help you feel lighter, to help you walk away feeling lighter, help you walk away releasing those chains that you may have, releasing some of those limiting beliefs or those doubts or those worries or those fears that you have. And now you walk away more empowered with a new perspective, new wisdom, and new truth so that you can move forward towards the goals that you've set for yourself. We also help you set goals and just see, what are your values? What are the important things in your life? And if you aren't taking steps, we really get to the root of why aren't you taking steps towards the goals that you want to reach. And I thought it was interesting. I was reading an article on better was it Better Up or Better Help? Let me see what it is. Better Up. I think it's Better. Yeah, Better Up. BetterUp.com, and they were just saying like some stats on people who do engage with coaching. What are the benefits? So for them, they said 34% of people are more engaged at work. 22% of people are more creative at work. 24% have higher social connections. 28% have higher meaning and purpose in their life, which is really important. 65% experience greater happiness and joy. 59% have higher life satisfaction. That's good too. And 43% had higher optimism. So those are just some stats and benefits of working with the coach. And I think that is important as well. And let me just say one more thing about the transformational coaching. There was a website that really did summarize it really well from the UK. So transformational coaching aims for a deeper level of change. We're helping you address root causes, patterns, and beliefs that may be deeply ingrained, leading to comprehensive and profound transformation. And this was from tamira.uk/transformational-coaching.com. So that is just a little bit about the difference between therapy and coaching. Like I said, you don't have to choose one or the other. You could have both. I have both. But if you are looking for a Christian transformational life coach to help you move forward in the areas of your life, your money, maybe your relationships, your business, or your career, we would love to move forward with you, work with you, sit down and have a conversation. We would start with the first of free discovery call just to figure out, what are your goals in the season of your life. See if we would be a good fit to partner together and accompany you on this journey. And what do you feel like is standing in your way? Why haven't you been able to reach these goals? What have you tried in the past to reach them? And, why is now different? And, so we just dive deeper and just really try to understand what is really going on and see if we can help you move forward. So that's a little bit about, what we do here at Wellthy and Relaxed. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link to our services. But yeah, otherwise, I pray that you are well. I pray that you are blessed. And until next time, I will talk to you later. All right. Bye.